So me and my friends came into the rec, you know, just to see how things was, and we end up playing regular, and we end up matching up with grinding DF. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone in the 2K community knows who Grinding DF is, so I don't really have to do an introduction of him. Now, I think he came out here with subscribers, or he came out here with some randoms, just was hooping himself, But he didn't know that we, as a squad or as a team, was going to try to show out a little bit. And then we ended up finding out that the teammates he was playing with were garbage, trash. So I don't know if this was a subscriber session, or things like that, but the people he was playing with wasn't that good. Now I got cooked. In this game. I believe he was using like a two-way facilitator. I think he was using that build, and I've never seen that build in 2K yet. And he was 7-2, so it was kind of weird. And I didn't know if that build can shoot or not, because he didn't really shoot. He just kind of sat right here and did that to me a lot. Yeah, just kind of sat in the paint a lot. And now from my perspective, or from my thought process, to see a two-way facilitator means he probably has Hall of Fame break start, or probably got a little bit of dimer on that thing, relay pass or something like that. He could probably dribble if he really wanted to, but when you see 7-2, you just know that it's different, man, because and I don't know. And the build that I was using during this game is I'll leave a link in the description. What I called the best center build at the time when 2K dropped. Now I see it periodically throughout 2K now, but unfortunately I can't get jiggy with it. The build that I normally use, the best jump shot video build, the link will be in the description. The best jump shot video build that I was using, that's my main build now. I just kind of use this. I was using this center for the runs yesterday because one of my friends was like, oh, because when you're 6'8" and you can have 95 rebound or whatever, and you're 6'8", it's still a height difference sometimes. Sometimes you might get outboarded a little bit. So he was like, I think we should use some big, I think we should get some centers, or get a center. And I have two center builds, two of them. So I decided to use the very first one because the first one was higher rated and had more badges. But the issue that came with centers was the fact that they don't get bases. And 38 is not a good base. 38 is not a good base to me. It's too slow. The base that I use on my main player, that base has become, it's more of a natural feel for me. So it's kind of like, that's kind of where I naturally release the ball. And to come to a player who has, these games yesterday with this guy was a very struggle type day. The shots are just garbage. They're garbage. And 38 used to work last year in 2K20 on my center that I had, but it just don't feel the same, man. It don't feel the same. And then what makes it worse, centers can't get very quick timing. They can only get quick. So it's just like the shot's already slow, and it sucks. So I was in a very, very bad spot. But one thing that does happen, or one thing I did find out with this player, is that one of my badges that I have on this guy comes in handy. As you'll find out later in the game, I have a badge called Clutch Shooter. Have it on gold. I also use Set Shooter. Now I know you're like, oh well, why don't you use Catch and Shoot, or stuff like that? Well, when I'm gonna come out with a best build video soon. Well, not soon, but in some coming, time, I'll come out with a best build video. And my logic with the way I build players, or the way I put badges on, strictly comes from, if that badge can get the Hall of Fame, there's a reason for it. There's a reason why that badge in particular gets the Hall of Fame, and some other badges don't. Now, don't attack me. I know that Hall of Fame doesn't mean great sometimes, because it was that one year where Hall of Fame was worse than what it was on silver or whatever. I get it. I understand. But that's just my logic. And until something like that comes out, like a video or the knowledge comes out that silver or gold or bronze, even for that matter, is a better chance of that badge activating over it being on Hall of Fame, then I will adjust accordingly. But all in all, centers are garbage. But if you still don't feel like a center is trash, or you still feel like the need for a center is out there, I'll give you both of my center builds, actually, with the links in the description. I'll give you both of them. But yeah, man, as far as to stay on track with what went on in this game was pretty much like a normal rec game for us in the first half. We just kind of run through it, go through the motions a little bit. You know, things get a little sweaty here and there, but nothing too major, whatever. And when the second half starts in this game, they must have turned on a switch or something, because they started to reach a lot, and they started getting a lot of steals, and you know, 2K started to do that thing where 2K just kind of starts to leave teams around and let people hang around. Then, you know, things get a little clutch in the fourth quarter, and you know how things get down, and you know who had to step up big time and had to do some things to get them up out of there, you know. But we'll see that later, but yeah, man. And I also came to realize that I know that rec is sweaty now, because there's really no reason to playing Pro-Am. I know my friend just gave me the knowledge that you don't get there's no record in Pro-Am. You just kind of get rep and badge points. You don't get any record or anything, and I think that has a lot to do with that league night. So rec tends to be a little sweaty, and unlike before, you are starting, well, I think this is the first year in rec where you kind of see less random teams and more teams that know each other, which is annoying in itself, because it's like there's communication there that if it wasn't random, it wouldn't be. But one of the things that I start to find out a lot, especially, it's levels to the sweats. You know, it's levels to the sweats. It's sweats that play man, and there's, you know, they play man, and then if you're like playing 5-out basketball and they're playing man, you know, they never leave their man. So, you know, you have the center or whoever's in front of you will try to help, and then they end up getting sprayed, right? But then you get the sweats. You get the other sweats that just let the guard go by them and run to you. Those are the ones that get on my nerves. You know, when the person in front of you helps, but then the person that was in front of the person that needed help runs to your corner or your wing and guard you, that annoys me. Why are you trying that hard? You know, why are you trying that hard? We ain't in no league. You ain't gonna make the league. So what you trying for? You know, whatever. And then you get the elite tier sweats. The sweats that all are the same height, a la 6'7", and they are just flying all over the place, all over. You know, it almost like they're in the zone, but they're not in the zone. They're just helping and rotating just so great that it's too much for you. It's too much for you. You can't throw a pass. Everybody's cold. You can't hit a shot. Meanwhile, they out there hitting every shot. 40% covered, 47% covered, 60% covered. And man, sometimes in this game, they make 100% smothered in your face. I think. If I'm not, no, it's not in this game. But one of the games I played with this player, you know, I had a center who took it personal. You know, he took it personal. Now, he didn't know I had on post move lockdown on goal. So he backing down, drop steps, I don't move. I'm standing there with my hands up. He shoots the layup anyway. It's 100% smothered. And it goes to the bottom of the net. In there. Had the whole party like, you know. When you playing a game and you say what, but your what hits another level of volume or another level of a what? When something like that comes out, you know the game is BSing. You know it's BSing right there. You know it is. When that comes up. But when it, if it's just like one of them, things where it's just like, wow. When your tone kind of stays the same, your octave is wow. You're what should I say? You're surprised, but you're not, you're not overly surprised, You're not overly surprised. You're just a little bit surprised, But as you can see, it's starting to get down to the wire and the video's starting to end. So, it's a minute 12 left. It's 62-62. We kick it to my guy for 3 in the corner. Boom, we go up 3. So right now we're kind of like, okay, good. We got something to, we got something to deal with. Now, a little possession before, you see I greened my first 3. That was underneath. That was, clutch shooter activating. So we come down here. We're on defense. He misses the first 3. They get the offensive rebound, whatever. We kick it out. We get the steal. He gets the pass. We get the dunk. Boom. So game should be over, right? We are up 5. You're up 5 with 45 seconds. But you know how 2K gets down. 2K kind of, they sometimes people are meant to win. They get an and one dunk out of nowhere. Nobody can touch the dude that's driving down the basket, but he's gonna get the and one. So now things get a little spooky. Now he gotta come up here and make the free throw, but he activated his takeover, which means the free throw is gonna go in, even though he ain't supposed to make it because the joint was like a 60%, whatever. So now we up 2. Look at this. He don't even get a green and it'll go in. That makes me mad when it's clutch moments like that and you ain't even getting a green. And man, come on. So here we are, 10 seconds left in the game. Point guard brings the ball up. We over here setting. I'm setting the screen. I'm trying to get open. The man gets open. You pull to your boy and look at that. Load up. You got to load up. I told y'all before. Now I can't come out with the best jump shot video for big men because they suck. They suck. They're garbage. And then we got to get this out right there. They suck. They garbage. But I still got the strap. I still load up when I shoot that thing. I still load up. So you got to be careful. I may be struggling all game, but don't leave me open. That's disrespectful. That's how you get your head shot in. Shot off. Shot in, shot off. It all depends on how you word things. It all depends on how you word. But we ended up beating them. We ended up beating them by 2. We ended up beating them by 2. Like I said, I got cooked. 18-18 on me. But I'm Big Shot Bob. It ain't matter how much you shoot, it's when you shoot, And I hit 2 of the clutchest 3s in the game. Bada bing, bada boom. It is what it is. So I got to put this on YouTube because I got to talk my talk.